here we have it, the new Ferrari Roma. And oh my gosh, would you just look at it, my word. Oh, finished in Grigio Titanium Metallizzato, which is a metallic gray paint. Oh man, we're gonna start off in the front and I'll tell you all about it. So with this new model, Ferrari is introducing something they call La Nuova Dolce Vita. But basically what that means is the new good life, I believe, the new good life. So this is just, it's starting a whole new design language for this particular vehicle. The idea is to start and target new markets and new audiences with this Ferrari. Ferrari actually thinks they're going to attract about 70% of their customers. 70% of their customers will be buying this. That's what Ferrari reckons. And it's interesting. It's a serious departure from what we've seen before, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But just to start off here in front, I've got this grille that is very different from what we've seen before from the Ferraris of old. And the idea was this was inspired by the 1950s and 60s Ferraris, mostly the 250 GT, I believe. And yeah, they've translated that onto, this new particular model, the Ferrari Roma, named after the city in Italy, Rome, or Roma in Italian. And yeah, it looks cool. So you can have this grille in the same body color or in black, I believe. I'm not sure if you can have that in carbon fiber, but I mean, it's Ferrari. The list of customization is just endless. This particular vehicle is finished in carbon fiber. It's got a carbon fiber front splitter, which looks absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, this car really looks beautiful. Oh man. And then we move on to the bonnet. Underneath here is a 3.9 liter twin turbocharged V8 with 456 kilowatts, 760 Newton meters of torque. So this engine is similar to what you have in the Portofino, which is an example right out there, but different from the iterations in the 488 GTB and the 488 Pista. Still the same displacement, same number of cylinders, but just a different iteration because this is targeted at the Ferrari Roma. And then let's just go to the side. Before we go to the side, have a look at these headlamps. Oh my gosh, I believe they're LEDs, but it's something similar to what we've seen before on the Monza, the Ferrari Monza SP1 and SP2, which is already now sold out. 499 or 500 units of those have been made, which is a roofless hardcore model based on the 812 Superfast. So that's where we get these lights from, which is really cool. Then I move on to the side. I like how the design language is because it's just so seamless. It's not busy. There's nothing outside that is unnecessary. If anything at all, these shields, the Scuderia shields, you can actually have those off because the idea is to be understated. I actually prefer the shields, so if I would spec one of these, I'll definitely have the shields there. You've got these are 20-inch wheels. These are the standard ones. You can get diamond cut wheels, or you can have that same design in a darker color. I believe it's titanium. So as I said earlier, exterior body color is Grigio Titanium Metallizzato. Getting my Italian on fleek there. We've got Giallo brake calipers. Giallo is yellow in Italian. Then also the center caps are in yellow. Move on to the sides. Obviously we've seen that. Talked about the engine. And then I think this is a first. I've never seen these flushing sort of door handles on a Ferrari before. Usually it used to be like a little hanger, but with these, all you have to do is just put your hand in, press it in, and you open. I have the keys with me here. Let me actually show you. It looks so cool. All right, so this is it. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. And what's actually cool about these is there's a little slot on the inside where you could just put them down. But anyway, we'll get into the interior rather, in a few minutes. We've got carbon fiber dual side skirts on the side here, massive wheels at the back. And then if you come around here, the lights, it's completely different. I mean, Ferrari has departed from, the circular ones. Initially, that's an F1, that's an F12 Berlinetta with a single round tail lights, and then the successor to the F12 Berlinetta 812 Superfast had four backlights, and then with this you get these square-like looking lights, which are actually pretty cool. They work with this car, I'll be honest. Down here you've got a carbon fiber diffuser, and I am told that's a 200,000 Rand option on this car. 200,000 Rand for that carbon fiber right down there. 200,000 Rand. Oh fish. Anyway, and then right here, this whole thing, this whole black part, that's a rear spoiler. Unfortunately, you cannot control it. The driver does not have control of that whatsoever, because I mean, obviously the manufacturer knows best. So it's automated. As you drive along, I'm guessing at 75 miles an hour, or 120 kilometers an hour, it raises up, and I believe it's got three sort of levels at which it moves at. So you can't control that. The car does it for you, depending on your driving dynamics. We still have the 4 tailpipes, traditional Ferrari, 4-pipe gang, Twitter, hello, and yeah. Oh man, it's beautiful. I was talking to somebody earlier, and I just mentioned that I think I might have to agree with Jeremy Clarkson on this one. Now he says that Ferraris are not exactly beautiful; they are striking to look at. I mean, you see a Ferrari, just go, "Wow, that's a Ferrari," but you don't look back and be like, "Wow, that was a beautiful car." But I think this is a proper beautiful car. This is really, really beautiful. Obviously the design has been controversial. It's a GT car. Now GT stands for Gran Turismo, which in English is Gran Tourer. The idea behind it is you have a comfortable, luxurious and fast car that is spacious, practical to some extent, that's meant for long distance driving. And this is Ferrari's iteration of that at a lower level, because they already have the 812 Superfast as well as the GTC4 Lusso, which are the super GTs, but this is like your standard GT. Anyway, nothing standard about this car because it has 456 kilowatts. That's a lot. That's a lot. Now, this car is loosely based on the Portofino, same wheelbase, same sort of engine. However, Ferrari has managed to massage about 20 more horsepower out of it to develop 456 as compared to the what's it called, Portofino's 441 kilowatts. Same amount of torque, 760 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100, and this is 3.4 seconds. 0 to 200 is roughly 9.3 seconds, which is pretty cool, which is very, very, very cool. Oh man, I mean, would you just look at it? Oh, Ferrari Roma. This is so cool. This is so cool. I think apart from this, the other model that I think is very beautiful is the 488 GTB. I think this is properly beautiful. 488 GTB. This and that, in my opinion, those are the two most beautiful Ferraris that I think exist today. Now we're gonna hop onto the interior, and I've got the key fob here. All right, so we finally got the car connected to the battery, and this is how you open it. Just put your hand on the inside and you pull it out, and you're greeted by this beautiful interior. I mean, would you just look at that? Oh man. So we've got the yellow, this is the yellow strip band. Somebody told me what it's called, I just forgot. You've got the yellow stitching to match the great brake calipers on the outside, as well as the scooter rear shields. This carbon fiber around here, obviously with your seat settings. This is how you actually unlock the car. There's a little button over here that you just press and it opens the door for you. Alcantara here with the yellow stitching, carbon fiber. It's got JBL speakers. There's carbon fiber right there on the door sills, which is also a pretty cool option. And then the leather is actually Nero. Nero is Italian for black, with the yellow giallo headrest, giallo stitching as well. So why don't we hop on inside? I need to show you an animation here. Alright, so now that I'm on the inside, you are greeted by the 16.5 inch digital screen, which is very new to this car. I believe it first debuted in the SF90 Stradale, the hypercar, 1000 horsepower hypercar. Man, it's just so massive. And then down here there's another screen. This is, I believe, 8.4 inches. That deals with the rest of your infotainment system and all of that jazz. Now, this is not new to us because we've seen this in previous models in terms of just how the buttons have moved in Ferrari models to from, you know, the center console up onto the steering wheel. Now, the idea behind it is that Ferrari wants their customers to keep their hands on the wheel. So every control that you have is here on the wheel. You've got the indicators, you've got this little new toggle key here where you can scroll up and change either now this is a demo model, it's a pre-production car, so some of the things might be here just for display, but they are functional. We are told they will be functional in the production versions that are going to come soon. But yeah, it is so cool. Let me just focus on that. So if we move down here with the Manettino, this changes the driving dynamics of the car, the acceleration response, the handling of it. If you start down here, that's for the wet mode. This is for comfort mode. That is your sport, race, and then ESC off, which is electronic stability control, where everything is turned off. It's just you and the car, basically. It is just so cool. Oh my gosh. The engine stop button is right here in the center. You press it once, that lights up the dash, and then you press and hold onto it, and you get the and then that's when the engine starts up, and it's actually quite beefy. I mean, I had Caleb come down and start it up for me. It was just like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. But yeah, really cool car. Obviously, your telephone buttons. I believe that's cruise control. You've got your headlamps, auto, and that changes something which I'm not familiar with right now. One thing I love about these cars, though I haven't experienced it on the road, is just the big paddles, big shift paddles. I mean, they just make life easier, and I like the idea that they are mounted onto the steering column, not the steering wheel. So when you're turning, they stay stationary. They remain in that position, which is also cool. And one thing that one of the guys here showed me is that because of the screen, so I'm in my seating position. This is where I'm comfortable, and yeah, if I hold 9 and 3 at any position, wherever you're holding on the steering wheel, it doesn't hinder your view of the screen, that screen right in front there, which is very awesome, because a lot of people, once you put your hands in different positions, then it kind of clouds the view up front there. You won't see anything. It blocks you from seeing the actual screen. But with this one, 9 and 3, it still won't block that. You've got your indicators here, as usual, and then this is a little piece of history. It's a nod to the manual cars of Ferrari. Unfortunately, manual gearboxes are going the way of the dinosaur. They're going to be extinct very soon. Actually, most manufacturers don't have this anymore, manual cars, except for high performance. I mean, Porsche still makes it, BMW M cars, some of them have. The new M3 is going to have that, but this is, it's automatic. It's got an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, sending power to the rear wheels. But yeah, you have this right here, which is shaped as a gated manual. I mean, it can be cheesy, but I think it's cool. They're just trying to bring back some of the elements that made Ferraris what they were back in the day. So with the first button, you could put, that's to put it in in reverse rather, my bad. Put it in reverse, and then with this one over here, you can either put it in automatic, where the car changes itself, changes gears by itself, or you can push it down into the manual mode, where you can change the gears using these paddle shifts, up on the right and down shift on the left. And then lastly, you've got L, which stands for launch control. So you can actually launch this car. Put your foot on the brake, rev it up, and then let go of the brake, and it powers off. And then on the passenger side, you've got a passenger display screen over there that shows all the vehicle accessories. You can view the speed of the car, entertainment. You can log into everything using that screen over there. They don't have to interfere with what you're doing right here. And obviously the model name on the dashboard right there. And I think one thing that I really like about this new interior is that it's like a cockpit. So it's tailored for each particular individual, whoever is going to be in the car, which is really cool. Like, it gives you a sense of individuality, gives you a sense of focus, driver focus. Like, okay, this is designed for me. I'm in my cocoon. I'm in my, I'm in my element. Basically, that's what it's saying. You have some buttons over here for the lights, as well as you can lock your doors from there. These are lights, and oh, I actually just turned it on, and you just tap it. It slowly dims away. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. I hope you saw that, actually. I'm just battling with focus on my camera, but it is so cool. And then the key, remember the key that I showed you? It's got a little, there it is. You can actually store it down there. It's got a little hatch that you put it into, and it just fits perfectly in there. So that is also a cool feature. This car is, hope I'm focused. I'm in focus. But this car is marketed as a 2+. Now the idea behind it, obviously it's not for human beings. No human being can fit back there. I mean, perhaps a very young child can fit in the back, but the idea is this, they're trying to just revive what Ferraris of old were like back in the day, because they had this similar sort of configuration, and this is the modern interpretation of that. They can be used as, just back seats. You can put your luggage there and all of that jazz. So, but for a human being, no. I've been criticized in the past for not mentioning the price figures of these cars. So this Ferrari Roma starts at 4,972,000 rand. And I don't think that's a lot. I don't think that's too much to ask for. I mean, it's a new car. It's targeted to a new customer base, and I think it's cool. They're hoping to target new customers with this. They believe 70% of their clients are gonna buy this car, and from where I'm seated, I think it's gonna be a huge success. Honestly, I really do think it's gonna be a huge success. It's so beautiful. It really is. It really is. I like it. I mean, I've seen pictures, I've watched some video reviews, and I didn't think it would have the same reaction. I didn't think I was going to respond the way I am upon seeing it. And it really is the new good life. It really is. Oh man. So it's priced slightly higher than the Portofino. It's about a 20,000 rand difference, which starts off at 4,956,000 rand, I believe, but it's spectacular. And obviously the list of customization is insane. You can do whatever you want in this car. You can, yeah, it's just Alcantara, carbon fiber, leather, the stitching, anything, you name it, they can do it all. It seems like the digital screen here is showing me something. It's just a little demo. Look at how big it is and just how detailed it is. It's so cool. That is so cool. I want to show you the boot, because it's a decent sized boot. So obviously you just press the button over there, the door opens, and you step out. Ah, yes. It's a hot day. Alrighty, let me just reduce that. Sort of. Let me get you to the boots back here. There we have it. And yeah, is it open? Let me have some room. Let me get the key. So they're just gonna open the boot for me. Decent size boot. Oh yeah. Perfect. Thanks, Antonio. Pleasure. And there you have it. So look at that. Okay, 2 decent sized bags. Alrighty. Okay, let me just move that. Obviously for your suit. This is neat. Alright, he's gonna hold that for me. Thank you so much. I'm gonna grab one of the luggage bags. Ooh, very neat. I mean, it's a pretty decent sized bag. I mean, look at that. You can fit 2 of them in here. There you go. Plus that. I mean, how cool is that? That's what it looks like on the inside. Not the biggest, but it's still ample. I mean, this is a decent sized boot. Alrighty. Perfect. It looks so cool. It really is cool. The materials on these bags, personalized luggage. It smells new too. I mean, I smelled it earlier. It's really cool. Very cool design. I mean, just look at those. I mean, it's a decent sized bag. For your luggage, you can do grocery shopping in this, because the idea is to daily drive this car, basically. Although it's a GT car, meant for long distance cruising, comfortable ride, ample power, but it's something that you can use on a regular basis. So, sweet. Alrighty, so closing remarks on the Roma. I think it's a brilliant package. I think Ferrari has been bold enough to actually step into this new segment, wanting to target new customers, bring more customers to the brand, and just a new design language. And I think they've nailed it for a first thought. I think it's good. It's just so beautiful. It really is. Like, I'm not kidding you. It really is a beautiful car. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, it's got pretty stiff competition. Likes of, Aston Martin Vantage. You're probably checking the DB11 V8 as well in there. It is just the business. Oh man. I mean, F-Type. Probably put in an F-Type in there as well. It's just AMG GT, definitely in there. One of the cars that it'll be competing against. But this is Ferrari's interpretation of the GT, and I think they've nailed it. Absolutely hit the ball out the park. So yeah, these are my thoughts on the new Ferrari Roma, La Nuova Dolce Vita. Absolutely amazing car. Special thanks to Scuderia Johannesburg, which is Ferrari dealer down here in South Africa. And yeah, shout out to Chanel, Caleb, and Antonio. Special thanks to them. yeah, if you're in the neighborhood, please do pop by, have a look at some of the cars that they have. Really amazing stock. I like what they've done with the new showroom because I think they changed things around after Corona, after the COVID pandemic. As soon as it hit, before Corona, the setup was slightly different. But I like that most of the cars are like all out here, which is really cool. So thank you so much for watching. It's good to be back. I miss doing this. And yeah, special thanks to all the people that have subscribed to my channel over the last few months, over the last 7 months of my absence. But yeah, thank you so much. Please do subscribe and stay tuned for more content to come. And I will see you soon.